In 2019, the Metropolitan Golf Association established the Hall of Merit. Our goal? To recognize those whose contributions are so significant, both locally and globally, that golf's story, and indeed our story, cannot be told without them. From architects whose genius from more than a century ago lives on today, to legendary players who began their careers serving at local clubs. There are those who challenged social boundaries, and others whose names you may not recognize, but whose accomplishments you certainly do. This year, we're excited to welcome our 19th and 20th inductees. The MGA invites you to learn about all of the honorees and celebrate our heritage at mgahonors.org. The MGA Honors, presented by Stiefel. More than a century ago, golf was rapidly growing. But it was a young sport that outpaced its governance as multiple clubs confusingly laid claim to conducting their own national championships. Recognizing the need for a consistent set of rules across an ever-expanding national landscape, 5 clubs met to create one true championship. The result? An organization that forever changed the game, the United States Golf Association. And it all began on December 22nd, 1894. Henry Talmadge of St. Andrew's Golf Club in Yonkers organized a meeting. Talmadge was a member of the famed Apple Tree Gang, a small, enthusiastic group who rollicked around a 6-hole cow pasture turned golf course and famously used an apple tree as both a locker room and the 19th hole. Joining St. Andrews in this unifying get-together was Newport Country Club, which ultimately hosted America's first National Open and Amateur Championships in 1895. Theodore Havemeyer, a guiding light at Newport, became the USGA's first president. The Country Club also took a seat at the table. Who could have imagined that Brookline's first championship, the 1902 Women's Amateur, won by Genevieve Hecker, would be the first of 17 such championships the club has since hosted. It was vital for a national organization to represent more than just the East Coast. That was the opinion of Chicago Golf Club's Charles Blair McDonald, whose boisterous, though many claimed bombastic game led to victory in America's first amateur championship, and whose equally loud voice led to many of the principles by which the USGA took shape. Completing the USGA's Fabulous Five was Shinnecock Hills, the only course to have hosted a US Open in 3 different centuries. When players tee it up here in June, it will mark the club's 6th such endeavor and the fulfillment of a promise made on a December day long ago to govern the game, administer championships, and promote the spirit embodied in golf's honorable traditions. Today, we remember and celebrate those founding clubs and a vision that has endured the test of time. We all know golf as an individual game, and that's why we cherish those occasions when teams compete and players play for something bigger than just themselves. The Williamson Cup is one such event. Now, you may not be familiar with it, but the Williamson Cup, a 2-day stroke play event, brings together elite juniors in 4-man teams, representing amateur organizations from the northeastern United States and Canada. It was an idea conceived by the head of the MGA's Junior Golf Committee, Fred Williamson, to honor his father, who was one of Winged Foot's original founders and a longtime member of the USGA Executive Committee. The Cup was first contested in 1964 and originally called the Intercity Junior. As it evolved, the name was changed, and the Williamson family, wanting this to be more than just another junior tournament, added their own unique twist. The Williamsons valued golf's traditions, especially etiquette. So to ensure the high standards they believed in, Fred insisted players dress and act accordingly. Early on, players even stayed in the homes of club members, and that interaction created opportunities for personal growth, lifelong friendships, and lasting memories. Before they were hoisting trophies in the professional ranks, past MGA Players of the Year and now familiar PGA Tour standouts Chris Gotterup and Cameron Young competed in the Williamson Cup. James Nicklaus, now a winner on the Korn Ferry Tour, is a member of that club as well. Of course, as in any meaningful competition, the outcome matters. To date, the MGA has captured 11 cups, second only to Golf Ontario. In August, Knickerbocker Country Club will host the 62nd edition of the Cup. And once again, 4 juniors will proudly wear the MGA badge on their chest, while they learn that tradition isn't something you read about, but something you experience and uphold. Congratulations to the MGA Hall of Merit's Class of 2025.